Alright, you have banging heavy Mettle Milieu followers, welcome back. This is Michael the Metal Angel here to talk about all things metal. And what is more metal than Raven? A band who have been around for now 4 decades and are still kicking ass. We are talking only one lineup change in 4 decades. They went from Rob Wacko Hunter, who also produced some great metal albums in the 80s, to Joe Hasselvander, Joe the Baron Hasselvander, who has worked with so many other great bands, the Christian band Armageddon for the Money Mask, as well as the overrated Black Sabbath cover band, Pentagram. That being said, Raven embody all things metal. Now maybe I'm being a little late in the game because ExtermiNation came out over a year ago, but this was my favorite album of 2015. And the copy I hold in my hands is very, very special to me because John gave it to me last time I saw Raven. He knows what a huge Raven fan I am, and he knows what a diehard supporter of Raven, so he gave this to me. Now, you know, you get the digipack with the booklet and the CD, and the CD's great because you get Joe, you get John, you get Mark, and you know, how grateful are we that Mark survived that terrible, terrible accident he had many years ago. We waited 7 years for a new Raven album, not because they were lazy, lethargic dudes, but because we didn't know if Mark would ever be able to pick up a guitar again. And when I saw him on 70,000 Tons of Metal, and he was headbanging and bashing and we're talking athletic rock. These old fogies beat the crap at each other on stage every single night. It's amazing. And of course you got the booklet with the lyrics, with fantastic songs, and just great stuff. And you know what? I need to say, where are you, Raven fans? Because I have been to 5 Raven shows in the last 5 years, and there's nobody there. The turnout is utterly deplorable. We're talking local bands have better turnout than Raven. This is the band that basically put metal on the map. Every time people talk about new wave of British heavy metal, somehow Raven always gets omitted, which is total bullshit. Raven are the embodiment of metal, and Raven are still kicking ass. And let me tell you, John Gallagher is so intelligent, he can think back to stuff he did back in 83, 82. They got a new EP coming out, which is all great covers from the 60s and 70s, their influences. He's still one of the best bass players of all time. Him and Mark beat the crap out of each other on stage. It's just such an honor to see Raven, but it's such a frustration to see nobody there to support Raven. The only show that I missed that I was frustrated with was I did miss Zephaniah with Raven because I chose to see Carcass because it was my first time to see Carcass. I want to put a shout out to Zephaniah, a band I will be covering soon, and Justin Zeich, who did a phenomenal guitar solo on the Porridge Face Bleed for Speed song. But I also want to talk about Raven, who also have a phenomenal DVD out. Once again, John gave me a killer deal. The merch guy was asking for $20 for the CD and $40 for the DVD. John gave me the CD and gave me the DVD half price. I haven't even opened it because it's so much material. I was at Doro last night and she had her 3 DVD Blu-ray DVD set, or what it was, $30. Only reason I didn't buy it because it's just so overwhelming. It's just so much. I love Doro and I would watch every moment of it, but I just have to create the time to do it. Same thing, what a great, great documentary on Raven. 35 years, because this is a little couple years old, talking about the band, their history, their music, their influences, everything like that. Any Raven fan would be a fool not to have this, and any Doro fan would be a fool not to have the Blu-ray, myself included. I've interviewed John on many occasions, but I think one of the best interviews I ever saw was when Ryan Waste interviewed him. I had no idea Ryan Waste from Municipal Waste was such a knowledgeable metalhead, and just listening to him and John wax poetic was just phenomenal. I even got, my little, probably can't see this, but my little guitar pick, Mark's guitar pick. He had just shredded his guitar, so there's grooves in this pick from how fast he was playing. And, I've got my Raven tickets from the last couple shows I've seen. I've seen him a number of times. I had the honor of seeing him with Testament, Annihilator, and Realm back in the day. And I had just got Creator's EP, Out of the Dark Into the Light, and I did not know that Lamps to the Slaughter was a Raven cover. So I thought I was kind of blown away as a teenager thinking, wow, Raven's covering Creator. It was actually the other way around, and I've learned now there's a lot of Raven songs out there that people play that people don't know that are Raven songs. But, metalheads, Mettle Milieu followers, please, please start showing up at Raven shows. Go on their Facebook page and find out. They have been local and coming to shows for the last 5 years. And, it doesn't matter if 5 people play, like the Diamond Head show I saw a couple years ago, or if 50 people, they give it their all. They play all the classics, you know, they play stuff from my favorite album, Life's a Bitch. They play stuff from Nothing Exceeds Like Excess. I had a friend that just told me at Metal Church the other night he found a sealed copy of Nothing Exceeds Like Excess on cassette. That's awesome. I still have the long box of it. I love that cover. Want a t-shirt of it. But you know what? Stay true and support Raven. Raven deserve it. They deserve it way more than a lot of these other British heavy metal bands who are, you know, being championed. I mean, I'm not knocking any of them, certainly not, you know, Blitzkrieg or Tigers of Pantang, you know, or Tokyo Blade. I love them all. But it's just like so many bands get, you know, new wave of British heavy metal, new wave of British heavy metal, new wave of British heavy metal. Why the hell isn't anybody talking about Raven? And thank God SPV had the balls to sign them and put out such a masterpiece. Packaging is not as great. I must say I'm very happy with the packaging SPV is doing right now. New Running Wild, new Vicious Rumors, new Sodom. You get a poster. We know about posters. And you get a thicker digipack. But this digipack means everything to me because they were selling it for $20 at the merch booth. And John gave it to me personally because he knows what a fan I am. And I'm honored to finally promote this on video. So once again, all headbangers, join me next time. If you see I'm wearing a Doro hat, I keep talking about seeing Doro last night, the true metal goddess. I will be talking about female-fronted metal and bands that are truly not recognized. So stay metal, stay true, stay hard, and up the irons.